What's up everyone, Dr. D here, and in this video we are doing a breakdown request from GameFan6219. Yeah, 6219, got it. His song of request is Max 360 Challenge. His tips for what he wants me to focus on were crossover? Are you sure about that? I don't think it has any crossovers. Okay, to be fair, I clarified with him earlier. He just wants me to clarify the streams. So we're going to try to break this down, but fair warning before we get started. I've only personally played this song 3 times since it's been released. It was released coinciding with my ACL injury, so I can't really challenge too many hard songs. I have tried it a couple times in the recent few weeks, but I'm definitely nowhere at a peak performance where I can truly really play through it and start really figuring out strategies. So in a way, me going through this right now to break it down is going to kind of give me some strategy for next time I attempt it. So we're going to be learning it together. So that's kind of unique. So that's pretty good. All right. So let's get started. With Max, nearly 2 years ago. Are you talking about the 2 years ago? I think the song was released 2 years ago, but the challenge chart that was just recently added. That was just recently added 5 months ago. So we're going to be using 2 videos. We're going to be using, well, we're going to be using that one. And of course we'll be using this one. So we're going to be referring to both of these. I'm going to kind of be using this one to go over the music and the sounds and the rhythms and all of that. And then we're going to be using this one to see 2 of the greatest players in existence and watch their form and their technique on how to do it. So lots of caveats or caveats. I never know which one to say. We're going to be using a lot. Well, before we even get started, I need to make a lot of caveats. And the first one would be that the biggest tip I can tell you even before you start it, you need to be physically fit. I was making a comparison in another request breakdown, and whenever you're playing, there's physical versus mental. And this song is heavily on the physical side. This is about 95-5. I would venture to say that most players who play DDR, if they just were to look at any individual pattern, they know what's going on. They can read it, they know which foot to start with. Most of my breakdowns, I'm always telling you, oh, start with this foot, start crossed over, foot switch, pivot, do this, do that. There's none of that. I'm not going to be giving you any of that kind of advice in this video. Maybe I will. But that's not the point. The point is that this video really comes down to your physical prowess and how well you can execute that. And for all of that is contingent on how well you are physically in shape. So number one, how physically in shape you are. If you're not able to pass things like Endymion and Paranoia Revolution, Egoism, I don't think you can challenge this. This is technically on the easier side of the 19s. I think that no one would disagree. This is one of the most straightforward 19s, if not the most straightforward 19. But with what it lacks in complex patterns, it more than makes up for with its 1000 note count. It is truly not for the faint of heart, and I don't know, just there's a lot to take in when you're even attempting this. We haven't even started yet. So again, you're really going to be physically in shape. And if you're physically in shape, what this might be related, just you need a lot of stamina. This is a marathon. This isn't a 500-600 step chart. This is the only chart that hits 1000 combos. That's not a long version. Like here's a good plug. Like Pie Guy's recent X Mix 5 at PFC on stealth. Ooh, yeah. Check it out. That's like the only other thing that hits 1,000, and that's a long version, so it doesn't even count. We're talking 1,000 steps here. And something I always hated about this song is it waits like 10% of the song before it even gives you a first step. The expert and everything else, they already start steps. So it's so annoying. That is so evil. They could have like put more easier steps earlier on and then spread out the difficulty, but no, they just had to. They had to just like wait like 8 measures before doing it just so that it had to be more dense later on. Oh my god, I always hated that about the challenge. Okay. That was one of my pet peeves. Okay, so yeah, it's a very dense chart. You need stamina. You need physical fitness. And you need technique. And you need foot speed. You need all of these. If you don't have these, and they don't work in tandem together, you shouldn't even be attempting this song. You're going to have a bad time. Maybe attempt it just so you can see how far you can get, but you got to make sure that these are in check. So no matter what tips I'm about to give you, the overall tips are improving your physical fitness, your foot speed, and your technique. The more you can improve these, no matter what tips I give you during the song, if you improve these, you will do better. Period. You improve those, you will do better. Okay? I think that's a good preface. So with that preface, or do people say preface? Oh, it definitely is preface. Okay, let's just jump in. And we're going to see lots of greens. And these greens are 12th notes, but for all intents and purposes, they're 24th notes because the BPM is 360, but let's be honest, it's a 180 song. So 12th notes at 360 are 24th notes at 180. These are 180 12th notes. You might be able to get a little practice if you play Night of Nights Challenge. Get a little practice. But there's a lot of transitioning. You're going from 8th notes to 12th notes back into 8th notes. It's not a fun song. It is not a fun song. Let's see how much fun Brozani and Chris has. Alright, let's get started. And it starts off by showing you it means business. It starts off immediately with a 12th note. See? And if you want to hear how fast that is, well, just listen. Yeah, it's that fast. So, how can you even do that? So, again, physical fitness, technique. The technique can always be improved, and the only real advice I can give you is that you want to really step on the insides of these arrows. You got to be a beast, but you got to like step on the inside of the right, the inside of the up, because this is a staircase pattern. It's a reverse staircase, but yeah, you definitely need to just step in and do that, and then transition into 8th notes. And it's going to be doing this several times, and there's not much advice I can give you for this whole section. And there's a double, just because they want to say fuck you. And there's a long one. That's not the only long one before the slowdown. And all this, you should be able to read it. You should know what to do, but it's just really hard to do. Here, you can save a little energy by hitting this jump with your right bracket, the right foot with the up and right. So then we stay in that position, but then we have to go immediately slightly facing right to get this section. And then this one's a little bit harder to cheat, but I find doing down left and down right easier to just jump between, so it's not a big deal. And then try with your right. Okay, then now we're gonna get like real hardcore before the slowdown. Alright, and then we get to the slow down. And I'm using slow down because like usually it's implied that a slow down is gonna like have like less arrows and like be slower, but no. It's like the same arrows, just reading it at half speed, which is not fun. Like almost like in all the other charts, when you get to this part, it like takes a little bit of a break. Not here, no break. Enjoy. Alright, and my overall tip for the first 40% is you really just want to conserve energy. If you're just focusing on a pass here, conserve energy, take advantages of like doing some bracket jumps when you can, and stay on the inside. This is a marathon. If you're just trying to pass it, you're just trying to get a PB, you're just trying to do something, you should not be using your full potential of energy throughout this section. You shouldn't. If your like potential is 100%, you should be able to get through this stuff with 20%. You want to be able to make it to the slowdown. You want to be able to make it to the slowdown without feeling gassed, because this slowdown is not a slowdown. It's almost the same as up there for a little while at least. So it's quite dense here, but the way to remember it is that it's a triplet, and then this is not a triplet. The next one is actually one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7 note and then a 7 note. Yeah, 7, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3, 7, 7. So remember 3, 7, 7. 5. 3, 7, 7, 5. So 3, 7, 7, 5. 3, 7, 7, 5. And then it's going to be 3, 7, 7, 5. 3, 7, 7, 5. 3, 7, 7, 5. Hey, it's almost like it's on purpose. 3, 7, 5. 5, 7, 3. Yeah, maybe. Did we just discover a secret here? Ooh, interesting. Cool. So 3, 7, 7, 5 for the slowdown, and you kind of want to you want to be able to get to the point where you just know what the sound is, so you don't have to focus so much on mentally trying to read it. So let's listen to the claps. And then by the time you get to there, now this pattern is a lot easier to read. So remember 3, 7, 7, 5, 3, 7, 7, 5, and then this pattern should be pretty easy to read. You can just like go for it. I would probably go right foot here just so that I'm not shifting my body weight. And then this is pretty easy. And then we're starting just how we started the song. So after 424 steps, we're like copying the first 4 intro steps. And then we're galloping. We're doing a lot more gallops now. Did it. So galloping into 24ths. 12th notes technically, but like I said already. That should be easier than what you just got through. If you got this far, this should be almost like a break because we're not doing heavy streams. And then literally your only break is coming up right now. Yeah. So this is where you really, if you got some sweat dropping off your brow, you know, if you got a towel, if you can grab back, if you can just wipe it, you know, you want to try to, you know, loosen up your shoulders, you know, readjust your arms, maybe give one of your arms a break and your other arm a break. You know, this is the only break you get. This is the only time you get a break, is during this section. So loosen up. That should all be very simple compared to what we've just been through. And even this, even though this is kind of annoying and hard, because they're candles, you know, candles are when you cross over the center paddle, it's still a lot easier than what we've been going through. And then, hey, let's do a callback to Max 300. All of you should be able to do this with your eyes closed. Come on, this is like, this is standard, at least for the first part. Yeah, that's where it changes. So it's still galloping, but that actually is a change for making it easier. This is a little bit harder. And now is when shit gets fucking retarded. Yeah, I can't get through this without swearing because shit gets fucking retarded. Alright, so what's gonna happen next? I guess I can give you one tip on how to cite this. There's two ways to do it, so let's do it the first way. The first way is the counting way. So to count it, we are gonna count out to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. I actually counted a little bit too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. Yeah, you can count it out to 8. Or I will count it like this. This is what personally I will do. 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will count till 7, and then I will use the OK at the end of the freeze as my visual cue to drop my knees down and then step. So it's actually a little bit hard to explain. We're gonna go to Chris and Oshima. And yeah, look, Chris is taking his break here. What did I tell you? This is the only break you get in the whole song. He's got a PFC going, but this part should be easy enough that you can take a little break. See, he's resting his left arm and his right arm. He's taking a little bit of a break. And then this part you can get through without too much trouble compared to everything else. Even this part, you know, he knows it pretty well, so he's taking a break. And yeah, all of them are dropping off of the freeze so that they can like rest their arms. You can wipe your sweat. Whatever you gotta do, just take your break here. And then I think Chris is, yeah, so none of them are doing the full count. They're all doing what I suggest, is they're going to use the ending as a cue. And then, yeah, then they go at the same time. So look at it in full. So at the ending, drop, go. Yeah. So you have to use the ending as a cue. So I kind of make it like that. The ending of the freeze is a step. Bum bum. Yeah. Bum bum. It's 2 quarter notes. It's 2 quarter notes at 360. Technically an eighth note. But and now is just, this is just fucking retarded. Like, I have no tips here. I will just bracket this shit. I'm scared as hell of doing any of this, especially with my knee right now. But yeah, just, there's no tips I can give you here. You gotta be a fucking beast. If you want to do this section, it's retarded. It's hard. You just have to have good stamina, good technique. There's no tips I can give you here. Just bracket it if you're trying to pass. But if you're trying to go for a high score, you just gotta be a beast and do it. Now, one thing I will say is that the first 4, I'm guessing it's 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, by the time it gets to 7, it has 4 bursts in a row, which is really fun. So yeah, burst, little, burst, a little, burst, a little, long burst. And then, don't even ask me how to do that yellow. Don't even ask, okay? I know you want to say, Dr.D. No, I don't know. I don't know. It's as fast as you hear it. How do you go that fast? I don't know. Ask Chris. I'll tell you this much. No one has PFC this yet, and they almost all stop at when the yellows start to come. Plenty of people have been yellow until 900, but once they start seeing this, it all goes green and blue or losing a combo. Alright, now the last thing I actually can give you a tip for, this is how I do max 300. Go to your right foot, start with your right foot, and put your left foot. So swing your 2 feet around. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to switch to the other side and do 1, 2, 3 using our heels for both arrows. So 1, 2, 3, switch to the other side, 1, 2, 3, and then this is just a beast. And unfortunately, see, if this was real max 300, we can just do 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, we can do 1, 2, 3, and then foot switch 1, 2, 3. But we got this extra arrow, so we can't do that. We have, 'cause this is incredibly fast. This is almost as fast as the 16th. So let's listen to it. Listen to it. Brum, brum, brum. It's like, come on. No one. Why? Why, Konami? Why? Why do you do this? Are you trying to make people get injured? Ah. Because unfortunately, you really can't foot switch here. You technically could up, but you're going to be moving around so much it's like almost not worth it. Although you have a better chance of foot switching on the last three. So go into the down with your right foot and then switch to the left, down with your right foot and jump and you're done. Okay, I'm done. I'm never doing a breakdown like this again. I will refuse. I'm not breaking down Endymion. I'm not doing Paranoia Revolution. Don't ask. Alright. Whew. We got through it. What does the chat have to say? Alright. Well then, game fan, I don't even know. Can you even pass this? Really? Let's be honest here. Do you just want to torture me? Is that what you wanted? I don't know. Anyways, I hope some of you found this advice helpful. Definitely not the pro to look at. If you want to see a pro, you got to look at these two guys. It's always a joy to watch. And this was a funny video too, because he lost by 1 EX score. Yeah. Even though he got the machine score. It was pretty funny. Alright, we're going to end it there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys have some use out of it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. If you like what I do and want to be notified whenever I upload or go live, subscribe and hit that bell icon. If you really love me, consider pledging on Patreon to enjoy exclusive benefits. Lastly, keep the DDR discussion going by joining my Discord community, linked below. Thanks again, and peace.